Hey, how's it going out there, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day. Coming to you today with a little rant video. I've experienced this multiple times this week, so I got to figure out what's going on with it. I pass someone, and then mile down the road, we enter a construction zone. I slow down to the construction zone speed limit, and then that person passes me in the construction zone like I'm not just going to have to repass them when we get out of the construction zone. Can no one stay in line anymore? It seems to me, and the reason I'm really making this video is because there was a Sherman-Williams driver earlier today almost slammed into the side of my trailer because he had to get around me in a construction zone even though I had just passed him like a mile back. So I was doing 70 miles an hour across Wisconsin. I typically don't go that fast, but I love Wisconsin, but boy, is I-90 boring after you've done it a couple thousand times. I mean, it's mind-numbing. But I was doing 70. I was like, hey, let's just go ahead and get across Wisconsin and get this over with. So I'm cruising across Wisconsin, and I'm doing 70 miles an hour in a 70 mile an hour zone. So I passed me a Sherman-Williams day cab, and that's what really ticked me off about it too. I'm like, he probably comes through this little construction zone, 10 times a week. Is it really that big of a deal? And I want to give you a little mental picture of the construction zone. So what it is they're working in the median there, and so the lanes shift to the right about 2 foot. So the right lane becomes, the shoulder becomes part of the right lane. The left lane kind of, moves in about 2 foot. And then on the yellow line, right on the yellow line, the new yellow line, the 2 foot over yellow line, right on that yellow line, there's a Jersey wall all the way through the construction zone. And the construction zone's probably a mile long, maybe a little less than a mile. So, it's what kills me. It's like, I know he's in a 65 mile an hour governed truck or whatever, but can you not let out of it for 1 mile? Because honestly, here's my thing. That left lane is a little narrow right through there. So, to me, just because you committed to go over there and ride in that little tiny left lane with the Jersey wall does not mean I owe you any of my lane. Because my lane is on the shoulder. So I'm trying to maintain a certain groove, to make it not as rough on that lane. So I'm not giving you any room. Like, I'm typically, a foot off the center line. I'm a foot off the center line through the construction zone. I don't owe you any of my lane going through a construction zone. So to the Sherman-Williams driver, if you commit to that little left lane, you commit to that Jersey wall. You hug that Jersey wall. You don't think you can come into my lane, because here's the thing. Here's what really ticks me off about that, okay? If you're a Sherman-Williams driver, you're any kind of company driver, if you crash their truck and you bust up a company truck, you knock the mirror off of it, you ride, you go trading paint with me. Here's the thing. They'll get you a new truck. Whereas I bought this truck I'm in with my money. It's mine. So when you damage it, it takes me out of business. Stuff like this kills me. It's like he came so close to hitting me. Like, if I hadn't looked in my mirror when I did, and I swerved over, just to keep him from hitting me. But I think back on it, smart money maybe said I should have just stayed in my lane. Instead of moving over to the shoulder so he didn't hit me, I should have just held my lane, and he would have hit me. He was messing around on his phone. He went around me, and then when we got out of the construction site, I went to pass him again, and he swerves into the left lane right as I get up to the back of his trailer. I had to flash my bright lights at him to get back over in the right lane. And then when I got up next to him, I slowed down. I got up next to him and I slowed down door to door and I looked over at him. And yeah, he's on his phone. He's on that phone. And I just sat there door to door with him until he looked over at me. And then I blew the air horn and went on. You know, like, but smart money says maybe I should have gotten me some of that Sherman Williams money. You know what I mean? Maybe I should have let him hit me. Developed a neck pain. You know, Sherman Williams, they cover the earth. They got money. Maybe I should have got me some of that Sherman Williams money. But the thing of it is, I don't want to make money like that. You know, that's not how I want to make money. But at the end of the day, if these drivers are going to do this stupid stuff, you know, maybe I'm going to have to resort to it. Because if I would have looked up 2 seconds later, if I would have checked that mirror 2 seconds later, he would have slammed into the side of my trailer, possibly causing a pretty big crash. You know, I mean, we're in a construction zone, and here's how I think it probably would have went if he would have hit me. He would have hit me. He would have bounced over, hit that Jersey wall, and came back and hit me again. That's probably how he would have done it, because he wasn't paying attention, didn't have his hands on the wheel, you know. And I'm not trying to preach to the choir here. You know, I know most of the people that watch this are sensible people. You know, so I'm more or less venting here. But, you know, at what point, you know, when they do bring out the autonomous trucks, I'm just going to say, well, hey, brought it on ourselves. Can't get off our phone for 2 seconds. Can't pay attention. Can't slow down in a construction zone. You know, that's that mentality, though, of, you know, a lot of company guys in governed trucks. You know, you feel bored going 63, 64, 65. So you don't pay attention to what you're doing. I know, I've been there. I find myself doing it. Like when I'm going 65, I look around more, you know, I'm not as focused. Like when I'm going 70, 75 mile an hour where legal, I'm paying attention. So I don't know if it's just the boredom of the governed truck, or if it's just, you know, a mentality of, you know, oh, I can't let off that cruise control because I get paid by the mile. And if I let off that cruise control, I'm losing money. But you think about it, if you drop your cruise control for 10 miles an hour or 5 mile an hour, he was governed at 65. So he drops his speed 65 to 60 for 1 mile. What is that, 3 cents? 3 cents you lost in the day? I don't know. It don't make no sense to me. So, there it is, guys. I don't know. I'm venting. I'm ranting. If you're in a governed truck, my advice is stay in line. You know, if a truck just blew your doors off, which I ain't saying I blew his doors off, but if a guy had no problem passing you at your governed speed, maybe stay behind him in the construction zone. And then when you get out of the construction zone, everything works out. Which, you know, that's one way to do it. Another way to do it would be maybe just stay off the phone. You know, like, I know, I get it, you know, or I tell you, here's the key. I don't think you're going to get people to stay off the phone. But pick your battles with the phone. If you're on 294 in a construction zone in Chicago, and it's all 4 lanes are packed and those lanes keep shifting, and that's probably not the best time to be scrolling through Netflix trying to find you a movie. You know, that's probably not the time. You know what I mean? If you want to switch podcasts that you're listening to, and you're on a you know, desolate part of the freaking highway, you know, if you're on 35 going through, you know, BFE, you know, Oklahoma, I get it. You know, do what you got to do, get it done, and get back to focus what you're doing. But pick your battles. When you're in a construction zone and you're in a narrow little left lane and there's a Jersey wall over here, maybe that's not the time to be, you know, old school texting on the T9 keyboard, you know, that, you know, hey, did you see that football game? You know, like, pick your battles a little bit, maybe. I don't know. And what about talk to text? Does no one use talk to text? I mean, I know mine screws up half the time, and everybody that I talk to text, they get a laugh out of it, and they're like, "What the hell are you talking about?" But like, is talk to text not a thing? I tell you the one that gets me. No Bluetooth headsets. No Bluetooth headsets. You can say what you want about Bluetooth headsets. Oh, get the earpods, get the whatevers. I don't give a shit what you get. I always say, I like a Bluetooth like this. This thing, like 20. I ain't charged this thing in 3 days. It's been sitting here on, ready to go for 3 days. Still got battery. I tell you what I'll do. If you want one like I got, if you want a Blue Parrot like I got, I'll put a link in the description for them. Go down there and grab you one up. Love the Blue Parrots. Love those. It's the only way to be. As they say, if you wear it, make it a parrot. All these other imitators, forget about them. Get you a Blue Parrot. But yeah, seen a guy today. Pulls into the truck stop, pulls up to the fuel island, and is literally holding his cell phone to his head. This is the guy pulling into the truck stop. Driving a manual, mind you. So he's over here shifting gears and trying to hold the steering wheel and knocking his LED lights around like I am, and just like, I'm like, bro, get a headset. It's like $100. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. If you ain't got the money to buy a premium headset like a Blue Parrot, which you can get the low, like the little metal band Blue Parrot, the 350 model, you can get that thing for like $89. This one is like $120. And I mean, it's like, I've been using the heck out of this thing for 2 years now, and it still works perfect. And I can stand right in front of the truck when I'm getting fuel, and that people can't even hear the truck running. I'm like, is that too much wind? And they're like, what are you talking about? I'll be standing out in a freaking North Dakota windstorm, and they're like, what are you talking about? I don't hear no wind. So, I don't know. Just a little rant video I wanted to do here. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm going to get off here. I don't want to tie you up too long, but yeah, stop passing people with your governed truck in the construction zones. Get you a damn headset and learn to use talk to text. This is, 2022. It's a little late to be using that T9 keyboard to text your baby mama, about child support. So, just saying. Take care of each other out there, everybody. Thanks for watching. Click that like button. Watch one of these other videos. I'm out of here. Bye.
Now that man is a genuine steel-belted gear jamming rig jockey.
That's a fact.
Boy, howdy.
Oh, you said that again.
Yeah. Boys, I've been thinking. Maybe it's time we ditched the high-tech gizmos and went back to driving like our daddies did.
Drunk?
No. Using our hands and our wits. Yeah, sure, it's hard work and it's lonely as hell, but it has meaning and dignity. Huh? What do you say?
Nah, let's just find some other scam.
Hey, how about bootlegging Beanie Babies?
Sounds good to me.
I like that.